I trust you're doing well. I'm Ethan Tashabia. You're watching RTV News live from Kigali. Tonight at Inari Arena, President Paul Kagame and First Lady Janet Kagame, the chairperson of Unity Club in Rwanda, attended the 25th anniversary of the Unity Club in Rwanda. President Paul Kagame reiterated the call for leaders to be champions of unity and strive to ensure that Rwanda stays on course towards its transformational objectives. The event saw the awarding of 7 Protectors of Friendship Pact, locally known as Abarinzi B'igihango. The recipients of the Unity Awards joined 40 others who have received the prestigious prize during the previous occasions since 2015, when the award was first presented. Now, First Lady Janet Kagame urges Unity Club members not to be distracted by the club's achievements in the last 25 years, but rather aim for further strides in the future. Mrs. Kagame made the call at the 14th General Assembly of the Unity Club in Rwanda held at Inari Conference Arena. We have this report. This Saturday, all members and friends of Unity Club in Rwanda for the 14th forum of the club, which coincides with the 25th anniversary of this association that brings together current and former government leaders and their spouses. The group, led by First Lady Janet Kagame, was formed in 1996, just 2 years after the Rwanda Patriotic Army had stopped the genocide against the Tutsi, which claimed over 1 million people and displaced 2 million others. Based on the difficult history inherited by the current government, the mistrust among leaders and the common people at the time, in comparison with the progress made so far, First Lady Janet Kagame believes that Unity Club's 25th anniversary means a lot.
Twambaye impumbya dufatira iry'iburyo abavunyi bacu batugarurira u Rwanda.
We prayed for our liberators and they successfully liberated our country and we regained the Rwandan identity. It is very difficult to put it into words, but I'll ask you to join me in this short poem. Happy anniversary to you all. We walk together this journey. We carry the light of unity. Our unity is paramount. 25 years started from one, just 2 years after we had lost our loved ones and after ushering in the government of national unity. Everyone wondered how we would live or work together when our leaders carried a burden of a broken nation.
Bikoreye ibivuna u Rwanda nabo batorohewe kuko ari abantu dore ko byose byihutirwaga.
Unity Club in Rwanda is celebrating its 25th anniversary as Rwanda and the world at large are battling the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Mrs. Kagame, Rwanda's response to this pandemic is further evidence of the progress made in the process of building unity among Rwandans. Unity Club chairperson Mrs. Janet Kagame also urged members not to be distracted by the club's achievements in the last 25 years, but rather aim for the further strides in the future.
Mwabonye ko COVID-19 yaje itunguranye itwara ubuzima bw'abantu.
You saw that COVID-19 came as a surprise. It took a toll on people's lives, causing people and things in general, but it has shown us that we are a resilient family. Our unity has helped us cope with the pandemic, sometimes even by making the stringent measures, which are affecting our normal lives, but the goal is to protect the lives of Rwandans, its people and those who visit us.
Under the theme Ndi Umunyarwanda, the foundation of our national unity, the 14th annual forum of the Unity Club in Rwanda adopted various resolutions aimed at strengthening the leadership of the organization, promoting good governance, and being leaders with a common purpose. The Minister of National Unity and Civic Engagement, Dr. Bizimana Jean Damascene, says the Unity Club in Rwanda has made a significant contribution to the journey of rebuilding the unity of Rwandans over the past 25 years.
Ndi Umunyarwanda nk'inzira ndende u Rwanda rwahisemo yo kongera.
Ndi Umunyarwanda, a long path that Rwanda chose to build sustainable unity among Rwandans, started with liberating the country and stopping the genocide against the Tutsi. But Unity Club became a spark to build social cohesion. Through Ndi Umunyarwanda dialogues, Rwandans were informed about the purpose of being one. The culture of appreciating the good was cultivated. Awarding Protectors of Friendship Pact has been instrumental in promoting unity and patriotism. The acts of recipients of this award will live long and will be a lesson for generations to come. Unity Club restored hope among Rwandans, especially among the genocide widows and orphans.
Ibubakamo icyizere bumva ko ari abanyarwanda.
The forum also saw the awarding of 7 Protectors of Friendship Act, locally known as Abarinzi B'igihango. The recipients of this Unity Award joined 40 others who have received the prestigious prize during the previous occasions since 2015 when the award was first presented. Now, Kigali city residents have requested that elected local authorities should help them to build a sustainable development. The Minister of Local Government mentioned that a large number of citizens took part in these local council elections. Gislaine Mugwaneza has this report.
During the election process, a candidate could campaign individually or by others, and in the actual process, voters could go behind the candidate they are supporting and then count the votes after. In other sites, they could mention a candidate and then the voters would raise hands to vote. Residents have said that they expect a lot to be done by the new leaders they have elected.
Dufatanije nabo twifuza yuko batugezaho ibikorwa by'amajyambere.
In partnership with them, we wish them to help us develop. We need infrastructure development and street lighting, which will strengthen the security. We also wish to see changes in residents' welfare.
Imibereho y'abatuye ahangaha yazamurwa.
Abayobozi tumaze kwitorera turifuza yuko batugeza ku iterambere rirambye.
We request these leaders to help us reach out on sustainable development while making positive impacts. They should teach patriotism and unity to the residents. They should also help us progress economically as well as training the youth as future leaders of Rwanda.
The elected leaders have also said that residents' welfare and progress will always be their top priorities. I have an experience in local authority leading. We shall work together towards the development as well as advocating for women because there are more things we need to achieve through families. What I'm putting first is to help the residents to fight COVID-19 as they participate in the country's development. The Minister of Local Government, Jean-Marie Vianney Gatabazi, has said that for the residents who vote their own leaders shows good governance as well as residents benefiting from it.
When you vote for a leader, that's an agreement between you and the leader. You will tell him that you voted for him and he will also know that you did. He needs to work with you in whatever he does. He will always know that you voted for him. You made him take responsibility and he will work while knowing that the residents trusted him. Another thing is that when residents vote for their good leaders, it helps us to have a good plan. Residents get the message from President Paul Kagame through their local leaders. The residents are able to raise claims on what's not going well. It also helps in making a sustainable planning, knowing the residents' welfare, their security, as well as taking care of top priority activities.
Local authorities' elections have started this Saturday while complying with measures in place to fight COVID-19. The elections will proceed on 19th October while voting for the Youth Committee, and on 23rd, heads of villages and their assistants will be voted. According to the National Electoral Commission, 2 billion will be spent during the election and will be closed by the end of November. 243,000 officials will be voted in the entire country. Gislaine Mugwaneza, RTV News.
Thank you, Gislaine, for that report. Now, close observers of the Rwanda and DRC relations say that the Rwanda Air's commercial flight to Goma will be beneficial to both sides. This was mentioned after the national carrier Rwanda Air launched its maiden flight to the eastern DRC town of Goma this weekend. Now, we have this report still by Gislaine Mugwaneza.
For the first time, Rwanda launched its first flight from Kigali to Goma, a city that is known for having all kinds of businesses, many people and many assets that cause overcrowding during the utilization of transports. Passengers that needed to move from Goma to Kigali would normally use road transport, but Rwanda made it easier for them through launching the Kigali to Goma flight. Kigali to Goma flight has been launched after the flight to Kinshasa and Lubumbashi that are also located in DRC. According to the Rwanda, there is a reason behind these flights.
This is a very important milestone for the airline because Goma is one of the big key cities in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And this is an addition to, again, Kinshasa, Lubumbashi, that we launched earlier. So for us, this again strengthens the airline and Kigali as a hub, because it again facilitates the movement of people from Congo and to Kigali and beyond Kigali. So very important for us.
According to North Kivu province officials, in which Goma is located, having Kigali to Goma flight is beyond just usual visits.
Ça nous réjouit et notre population aussi qui.
We are happy for this due to the fact that business people here will have a way to move out of the country and do their business, which will also boost the relationship and friendship between Rwanda and DRC.
L'amitié qui existe entre le Rwanda et la République démocratique du Congo.
Rwanda's ambassador to DRC, Vincent Karega, says that these flights are the signs to cooperative relations between the two countries, as well as preserving the African dignity and value.
La coopération et la compétition positive.
Partnership and competition will enable Congolese to be given better services, as well as having more choices, which will lead to the trade we need and stand still before other continents, Europe, USA and China. Africa should work together and have one voice as well.
L'Afrique doit aussi se positionner, s'intégrer et parler d'une seule voix.
Rwanda will be flying from Kigali to Goma twice in a week on Monday and Wednesday. More days will be added if necessary.
Thank you, Gisraine. Now, Rwanda Investigation Bureau warns social media users to be careful with what they publish, because some will end them up in trouble due to the content that violates the law. Innocent Mugabo has this report.
With the advancement of technology, a large number of people, especially the young, are starting to use social media, passing on various information and also giving chance for everyone to interact. There are times friends also use these social media platforms, asking everyone to follow them, yet they share no useful content. What would be the use then? There is a lot of useful content that I get there, but since people are different, there are also some that share what is not necessary. Manirachiza Theogen is a blogger. He frequently uses social media, especially YouTube. He believes when social media platforms are used properly, they produce good results. These platforms helped in easing access to information to the people, making them more open-minded. This can also help them in developing themselves. The fact that there is so much use of social media in sharing information, especially with YouTube, there are those that confuse it with mainstream media in terms of sharing information, as explained by Emmanuel Mugisha, the Executive Secretary of the Rwanda Media Commission, RMC. Fact-checking means that before considering any kind of information as facts, you need to review different things, like the credibility of the source you got the information from, among others. The Constitution and other laws recognize that every Rwandan has the right to freedom of expression, but that he or she must not deviate from the use of criminal language prohibited by the laws governing the country. Freedom of expression must not jeopardize the peace of the general public. You should not use hateful or genocidal ideologies and must not incite the people to protest. Your information should not prejudice the dignity and worth of others. Earlier this year, the National Commission for the Fight Against Genocide, which is now removed, analyzed various content shared via YouTube, finding that the use of genocide ideology was being used, characterized by denying and belittling the genocide against the Tutsi, devaluing it, inciting divisions among Rwandans, and inciting the masses to provoke unrest. The Rwanda Investigation Bureau advises people to make good use of these platforms, especially bloggers. RIB won't tolerate this. We have to fight it, since it is our responsibility to deal with anyone who uses social media to spread hateful speech. There are those we see trivializing the genocide against the Tutsi, all of whom we will not tolerate. Rwanda Investigation Bureau says that in the last 3 years, it has received 16 charges against 24 people based on the spread of rumors aimed at causing unrest in the public, the publication of discriminative information, and the submission of opinions, including trivializing the genocide against the Tutsi, among others, using social media platforms like YouTube and WhatsApp. Innocent Mugabo, RTV News.